Let's have the winning speech of the first winner. Tanusri Konakala.
Namaste everyone. As some of you might know, my name is Tanusri Konakala. I want to start off my speech with a little story. So when I was about 13 years old, I did a volunteering project where we cooked food in a temple and we went to the Seattle downtown and served the food. One specific example or encounter I had was with a young woman who was 25 years old. She came up to me and started holding my hand, and she just thanked me for being there and helping us and supporting her. And out of nowhere, she started to tear up. I was concerned that I did something wrong. I might have hurt her feelings in some way. But she came up to me and said, "Thank you. I've been going through a rough time this past few weeks. I got kicked out of my house, I lost my child, my husband's abusive, and I'm on the streets right now. And you were the first person to give me some love and kindness. All I did was just say hi, how are you, and just talk to her like a normal person." This is just a blessing that is basically in disguise, because you are making someone else so happy just by the smallest actions you have. This is just one of the many experiences I have and the opportunities that I've been given throughout my lifetime through multiple different organizations. Throughout my years of volunteering, and so many more to come, I've learned and met some amazing people who've taught me how to be loving, caring, and selfless, and I inspire to be a better person because of them. Another example that comes to my mind is when I went to India on a service project. It was through Viti Seva, and we went to a rural village called Alampalli, where we spent 6 days with the village children, and we talked to them and just got to know them. One experience that I clearly remember is when we had to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and in India, you know, the hot water is not there, so we had to go. The kids over there, they actually gave us hot water buckets in the morning before we were even awake, and they would give it to us even without us asking. This is selfless service. They didn't even know us before, yet they took the time out of their day in the morning to come to us and just give us water to take a shower, because they know it's going to be hard for us. And this is just one of the many examples that I've been encountered with when I was volunteering. Another example is when I went to Yakima, and we did a medical camp where we actually worked with doctors, like eye doctors, and we examined the homeless eyesights. And so one of the kids that were there was kind of basically legally blind, so she was not able to see clearly at all. And we had the opportunity to provide her with actual prescription glasses for her, and the experience that came out of it was just amazing. The girl started crying, and she was just so thankful that she was able to see again, and she was able to see the world clearly. This is another example that when you volunteer selflessly, you can get rewarded with so much gratitude and just happiness in the end of the day. There's nothing compared to, when you're serving selflessly, it's nothing compared to something you get materialistically. When volunteering from your heart, instead of because someone else tells you to, it's just a whole nother just vibe, if that makes any sense. Volunteering has been a passion since I was a child. When my parents introduced me to this when I was a child, when instead of getting presents and gifts for my birthdays, I would ask for donations, and I would give it to other organizations who helped and support other homeless people in the streets and gave them shelter and food. And something I've learned from these experiences is that when you volunteer and give back to the community, it gives you the better inner peace, and it just makes you happier from within. And you cannot get that anyways. You can't always take from the world. You have to give back to the world, and that's one of the biggest things I've learned and grown to live by. As I've grown up, volunteering has given me multiple different opportunities to actually lead projects and actually learn team building skills, communication, working with other people, hardships, because it's not always going to be easy. There's always going to be challenges throughout everything we do, and I think volunteering is a really good place to start when you have a passion and you just want to go into something. Yeah. And I just thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for giving this opportunity to me, my parents especially, Seva for giving this platform for young children to come up and become better students and just help and give back to the world. And I thank Shrima's uncle for mentoring me and multiple of my other mentors to help me and guide me become a better person. Thank you.